Hello, 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 my loves. If you have chosen set number 1 with the Sodalite stone, this is the message for you. We can have messages come through within the stones, or it could be within the cards. It really, truly could be a multifaceted thing where it's also both. If you are here, though, there's typically some type of message here for you. It might not be the whole thing, might just be one section. There's a lot of people that are tuning into this energy. So let's see what we've got here. First, we're going to talk about the stone Sodalite. Sodalite has a really good airy energy. And what the airy energy is really all about your mental mindset. It gives you enhanced insight, but it also really helps to deepen your intuition and your intuitive abilities. So if you are really looking to tap into your spirituality, this is a great stone for that. It is also a stone of mental performance. So if you're looking for some type of self-discipline, if you're looking for more efficiency, organization, structure, this is a great stone for that. The message that I really, really strongly picked up on with this stone is that it helps to perceive where one's path lies. So if you're kind of not sure about where it is that you need to be going and how you're going to be moving forward and where you're moving forward into, fantastic energy for this right now. And the cards actually go fully along with this now that I'm looking at them. This also is a stone where it allows you to connect through your subconscious. So using this in meditation, in dream states, in a journey, or even a hypnosis session, really, really helpful. This stone is also really good for helping with lucid dreaming, so you can get information through your dreams and tap into your intuition and those intuitive abilities and be able to remember those when you wake up. Lucid dreaming is a very useful tool sometimes for tapping into our subconscious, because we don't have that mental chatter that's kind of keeping us questioning everything. It's like the messages just come through. So that's the beginning of this. Now let's get to the cards. So within the cards here, there were, and I'm seeing 222 on my timer with 2.2 megabytes on my recording device. So that's, the twos might be something that really stands out to you at this point in time, which I feel like is just something to show you that you're really on the right path. But the first card that we have here is the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is a card that's always spinning. Sometimes you're on top, sometimes you're on bottom. And what I'm really seeing, the girl on the bottom that's looking up towards the top. And so I feel like you might not feel like you are where you belong. You might not feel like you've made it yet. You might not feel really like you've accomplished something that either you want to accomplish, or maybe you're just kind of feeling unfulfilled and like, I don't know where it is that I'm supposed to be going, but I just know I'm not there yet. Could be any of those things. And with the Seven of Wands coming out with this card, it's like you need to fight for what it is that you want. It's like it feels like a battle, and she's made it to the top of the mountain, but she's got these wands and she's kind of like defending herself. And to me, it kind of looks like she's beating the ground, like she's not happy about the fact that she made it to the top. So it also could be that you've accomplished something, but you're still like, I want more. I need more. And within that, it also could be, I don't know exactly where I'm going, but I know that I'm not going to get sucked under. I know that what I'm doing isn't working. I know that the place that I'm at just isn't really suiting me, whether that be in some type of a relationship, a job, a family connection. There's something more that it is that I feel like you want, and it's going to require some effort, and it's really going to take you getting clear, I feel like, on where it is that you want to go. The Page of Pentacles, all about following your dreams. She is a fantastic student. She's a new beginner, though. She's not somebody who's super seasoned. She's just starting out on this path. So it could be that something's being shaken up in your life right now that's showing you like, you know what, maybe where I am right now isn't necessarily where I want to be going forward. So really think about that. Where do you want to go in your life? Where do you see yourself heading? What types of dreams do you have that maybe you haven't dared to fight for yet, so that you can put yourself on the top of that wheel. Maybe you're just feeling like things really aren't going the way that I want them to right now, but things absolutely can turn around. It is likely going to take a little bit of extra effort, and you are going to have to maybe feel like a beginner in some level of starting out. You don't have to go and change everything. So say you're like, I have this great idea. I want to start this whole new thing. I'm going to quit my job today and go for that. Not necessarily the best way to do that. You might just want to start studying and doing the work to be able to start progressing. And that's where the fighting is going to come in. It's like, it's going to take time. It's going to take some effort. And it's going to take putting in more than I feel like what you've had to put in so far. But you're supposed to move forward. This is where you've got the drive, you've got the determination to venture forward. That's what the Page of Pentacles is. So it's like you have these talents, you've got these dreams, and you're truly able to rise to the occasion, but you have to focus and commit to the things that you're daydreaming about and start taking steps to bring that magic into the world, because you do have a lot to offer, but it's time to kind of follow your passions a little bit more and believe in yourself, because there's really good things on the horizon for you. It's just going to take a little bit of clarity. And when you mix that with the Sodalite stone, that message was really strong about figuring out the path that it is that you're supposed to be taking going forward. What path do you want to take? There's no wrong answers here. It's just, what do you want for your life? It's time to figure that out and start taking steps towards that. So that is the message that I have here for you, my loves. I hope this finds you well, and I will talk to you soon. Hello, 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 my loves. If you picked section number 2, here's the messages that I have for you. So these messages could be found for you within either the stone or the card reading themselves. It could be either or, it could be both. If you're drawn to even other decks, make sure you check those out, because you might be pulled into 2 different readings for 2 different reasons. But take what resonates for you, because there's a lot of people tapped into this energy right now. And so only part of it might actually suit you and fit for what it is that you have going on in life. So first, we're going to talk about the stone and see what messages come through about the stone. So this stone is really fantastic at having this super calming, chill energy. It's seriously, it is fantastic for that. It just emits this like, where you can just breathe and ground and chill. It's beautiful. So Lepidolite, most effective in calming frayed nerves. It helps to release stress and worry while setting one on the path of acceptance. So when we have the things in our life, it's like the serenity prayer, right? Where it's like all about the things that you can't control, and the wisdom to know the difference between the things that you can control and having the courage to change the things that you can. Within that acceptance, there's a lot of things in life that we can't change. We can change ourselves. We can change our actions. We can change our behaviors. We can change what we accept in life and set boundaries. Really, really important. So this stone might be coming in to help you to really see the realities of life and what's going on, so that you can start to change things. You have the courage to change the things that you can. And this is, oh, look, the next line on this stone, best used in the most challenging times. So I strongly get this impression that there's just something going on that's not serving your highest and greatest good at this point in time in your life. And it's time for you to really kind of drop that energy all together and have the courage to change the things that you can. Brings calm to stormy emotional seas and helps one to stay on the beam to handle the situation in the highest way possible. Again, very strong message about being able to let go of something that you've been holding on to that's literally impacting you. I feel like this is potentially impacting health as well as what's coming through. It's a stone of serenity, relaxation, stress relief. It helps to balance the emotional body and calm the mind. It helps to find a strong emotional center that allows you to be unaffected by the dramas and the difficult life experiences and events. So again, this is talking about the fact that there's something that's really not at all serving your highest and greatest good. And I'm finding myself like holding my breath where I just need to be able to breathe. And that comes through on these readings when there's something that's being held onto to the point where it's like you're in that fight or flight mode and you can't even take a full deep breath, and that impacts your entire body. It shuts things down. It is not good for us to stay in that state, and we're not meant to. We're not meant to be miserable. We're not meant to put up with all the shit that, really is not serving our highest and greatest good. Some of our biggest lessons in life are how to get out of that and learn how to let go. So this is a beautiful, beautiful stone for that. Also helps to balance emotions and prevents extreme emotional shifts, because when we're dealing with emotional situations, we can go maybe from -50, where we're completely ignoring the situation and just pretending it doesn't exist, to 100, where it's like, and blowing things up and creating drama. And then we might go back to burying our head in the sand after we explode and let all that energy and that steam out, and just continue to accept the things that no longer serve your highest and greatest good. And it doesn't matter if you don't think that there's a way out. There absolutely is. You just need the courage to be able to move forward, change something, let it go, get that out of your space, because it's literally impacting your physical health. And once that starts happening, it's a very slippery slope to some very, very negative things that it's like you don't need to carry that. And if you do carry that, I'll tell you that your next lifetime, because I do strongly believe that we come here to work through different things. We have the opportunity to work through some things in our soul's journey. And if we don't do that, the next lifetime, we're going to have to come back and learn this lesson all over again. So it's really worth going through this to change things. We're not meant to stay stuck in this energy, but we have to do the work to be able to move through it and get out of it. And it's very difficult. And I completely, been there, done that. It is very, very challenging, and I understand that. So it's one of those things that I know how hard it is, but I also have come out on the other side of that, and I know that it can be done. And sometimes we get in this mental mindset of like, I can't change anything. I can't do anything about this. And that's truly not true. So that's the message that is coming through on that stone. That was a really long message on the stone, but it was very powerful. So in the cards, within these cards, we now have the High Priestess and the Two of Cups. So there's two different messages that I was picking up about this. Number one, the High Priestess is all about connecting to your intuition. So I very strongly am getting this dual message where it's like, so she has a laptop in her hands, in her lap. And it's like, message number one could be that maybe you find something online about somebody else that you're like, damn, I knew that. And it just confirms it for you, where it's like, yeah, no, this is not serving my highest and greatest good. I need to set some boundaries, and I need to start changing some things, because I don't need to accept this. That definitely could be one facet of this message. But the other facet of this message is, once you move forward and once you start saying, you know what, I'm not going to tolerate this, the next facet of this level, or this message, is on the next level, you might actually end up meeting up with somebody online, somebody you connect with, and you end up in this beautiful partnership. So whether this be a romantic partnership, some type of business partnership, maybe this reading's about work and you're struggling through this scenario where it's like you're being treated absolutely terribly, and it's time for you to move into a new job. Could be the same thing with a relationship. It could be a relationship that's harming you, and you're, just choosing to stay there, but it's like there's more waiting for you. So as you start to set those boundaries, as you start to move forward in new energy, new opportunities are going to open up for you, and you're going to be able to work with somebody on such a beautiful level. And it might even be a level that you've never experienced before, where it's like collaborative, equal, reciprocal. There's a whole lot of energy here that's absolutely beautiful, but that lion head with the angel wings is standing out. It's like, You have to be brave. You have to be able to move forward. You have to trust in the fact that this is actually possible. The divine with the angel wings is literally here trying to help you move into this phase. So connect to your intuition. Ask questions. Ask your guides. Where is it that I'm supposed to be going? Please show me the way. Please make it clear. Please make it obvious. And when that information comes through for you, trust it. Allow yourself to move forward. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't look at the logistics of like, oh, well, I can't because blah, 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 blah. No, you can start taking steps forward because you're not stuck in whatever this situation is that might not be serving your highest and greatest good. So that is the message that I have for you right now, my loves. I hope this finds you well, and I will talk to you soon. Hello, my loves. If you have chosen deck number 3, or the Orthoceras stone, these are the messages that I've got for you at this time. So the messages that could be for you could be within the stone. It also could be within the cards. I feel like if you're here, there's a reason, and there's something in this reading that should resonate for you. If any other cards resonate, make sure to check those out as well. But I feel like there's something here for you if this is the one that you have selected. So take only what resonates. There's a lot of people listening, so it could be part of the messages for you and part of it is for someone else. So let's start with the stone. The energy of these, like, this is actually a really cool stone. It's actually a creature that lived in the sea over 400 million years ago is what this stone is. So that's pretty incredible when you think about it. So this stone holds an awful lot of powerful life force energy. Meditating with this, it's actually a fossil. So if you meditate with that fossil, it enables us to connect more with the ancient wisdom of Mother Gaia. There's actually lore that suggests that wearing the Orthoceras increases your lifespan. It activates, opens, and heals the root chakra to ground us to the earth. So the chakra system, we have chakras that are running up and down our body that help us to either be in alignment and healthy or out of alignment and not well. The root chakra is based on our security. It's also based on our ability to ground and connect to the earth and to be able to like let go of anything that we're holding on to and keep ourselves grounded and centered. So it's really, really helpful for that. It also, if you have like tight hips or issues in your hips, or maybe even starting where your reproduction or intestinal organs are, it's something that's very helpful there as well. It opens us up to opportunities, wisdom, and transformation. It's an excellent tool to use during new beginnings and times of deep personal growth. These were the messages that really stood out to me, the transformation and new beginnings. Those particularly stood out for me on this while I was working on it. It also offers protection, especially as we embark on spiritual awakenings and or work with past life recall. So you might be finding yourself opening up more spiritually, and this is a really beautiful stone to be able to keep with you more often, to keep yourself protected and keep your energy protected, making sure that kind of what comes through is truly for the highest and greatest good. It's a really incredible, not only incredible, but beautiful stone. It's fantastic. So within the stone, there could be a message for you there, but then let's get into the cards. So the pictures on this set of cards and what they typically mean is not what I was picking up for energy when I started looking at these cards. And so the Knight of Cups is typically somebody who's offering their cup of love to someone else. In this particular instance, what I immediately picked up on was, look at her face. It's like she's bored. She's not fulfilled. She's got her cup up, but it's like she really doesn't feel like she has anything to offer. Or according to the actual book on this one, because I did look them up in this instance because it just was so different than the normal energy, it was saying her eyes are focused only on her own cup. So I feel like there might be an offer or something coming into you that it's like not It's not great. It's not fantastic energy. The Knight of Cups is somebody who's definitely, typically, well, even in the book, it was saying that they're tapped into their passion, which also goes with the King of Wands, where it's like this fiery energy. And so with that, it could be like there's a spark there with this person, but underneath that, there really isn't a whole lot to be able to offer. And so as this relates to a person, that message is pretty obvious, but also when it comes to like a job offer, maybe. Jobs keep coming up within these cards that I'm looking at today for some reason. So it's like maybe the spark is just gone there and you've kind of done all that you can do with this, or when something's coming into you, it seems exciting on the surface, but underneath all that, not so much. So really pay attention to your intuition and what things actually are versus what they look like. Because typically, again, this is a card where they're handing out their offer, got their heart on their sleeve. They're very authentic in offering their love out or something good. But this one just does not have that energy. And then when I look at the King of Wands, so the King of Wands is usually somebody who's a very passionate, commanding leader. But when I'm looking at this one, a commanding leader is not a good energy that I'm also, again, picking up on. It's like I feel like there's something or someone that looks good on the surface, but it's like that controlling energy where it's kind of like they want to, I'm getting the impression like they want to beat you down with a stick and be like, okay, no, I want you to do this exactly how it is that I want this done. I don't want you to think outside of the box or think for yourself. I want it done my way and only my way. And this might be something that stands out to you in some type of a situation, but it's like, I feel like the freedom is kind of draining the passion from what it is that you can offer in this situation as well. The King also comes up to talk about it might be time to step up and take control in a particular situation. So don't be afraid to take the lead. You can channel your passions into action and energy. You have the skills to be in charge instead of letting somebody else be in charge of you and rule you, because it's draining your energy with whatever this other thing is, whether it be a thing or a person. There's something that it's like this commanding presence over you where that's not necessarily what's best for you. You know what I mean? It's like, you know that this is something that you're not really passionate about, but you should be because you enjoy it. But it's like this thing, this person, this dynamic is really draining your energy. So you have a lot of power. You have a lot of talent. You have the ability to step up and to lead and to, I feel like, balance out those energies, because I feel like there's a lot of fiery energy that's kind of not serving the highest and greatest good at this point. Sometimes having a little fire is fantastic, but when it's too much, you burn everything down around you. So I feel like there's some type of a scenario where it's too much. It's too much, and you truly have balance and the ability to bring things in. So if this was your card set, this is the message I have for you at this time. I hope this finds you well, and I will talk to you soon. Hello, 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 my loves. If you picked section number 4, welcome. This is a message that could come through within the stone. It could come through within the card. So these different facets are, I feel like they pulled you in for a reason. There's a reason that you're listening to this one. If any other one calls to you, please go listen to that as well. But there's a lot of energies that I'm connecting to at this point in time. So it could be a message within either or. It could be one line in this reading is for you, and then there's other pieces for other people. But I feel like if you're here, you are here for a reason, and I thank you for being here. So let's talk about the stone first. This stone is absolutely incredible. This is a really, really amazing stone. And so this is a stone that's Rose Quartz, which is the stone of love. And this is love, universal love. It's self-love. It's love for others. And even for the divine, it's a really loving, beautiful, peaceful, calm, chill, just gentle energy. It's also one of the most powerful and underrated stones that there actually are. It carries a super soothing and stabilizing energy. It helps you to let go of stress, tension, worry, fear, anger, resentments, even past emotional trauma. It's specifically good for past emotional traumas or helping to heal something that's emotional for you that you're really struggling with. It helps to open and heal the heart, which is really our heart energy is some of the most powerful energy that we contain. And it's really where we're able to connect to other people, to life around us, to the divine. If we have a closed heart, we impact so much around us in not a great way. If we're open and we're loving, instead our world opens up instead of closing off. It's like the possibilities are literally endless. This is a beautiful, beautiful stone to be able to do that. It helps one to feel more open to receiving and sharing love and compassion and kindness. And that's something that really matters. That's stuff that matters. Then when you add in the fact that you've got all these different chakra centers on here, so the chakra centers are energy centers within our body that literally controls different areas and facets of our energy. And when those are in alignment, everything is good and flowing well. But when they're out of alignment, there's typically something that's off balance within our energy, and it begins to impact our physical body. And with these coming out on the rose quartz, I feel very strongly like there needs to be this ability to be able to love all of yourself, every single facet of yourself. As you love yourself, that love can flow out to other people, and it really changes everything from the inside out. How you change yourself impacts everybody, literally every single person that you come into contact with. And it's not just your friends and family. If you're standing in line at the grocery store and you've got this cranky bastard in front of you that just wants to ruin everybody's day, if you're not balanced and in a loving state, you're going to let that get to you. And then everybody you impact after that, or you connect with after that, you're going to be carrying that crappy energy with you too. Instead of being loving, that person has something that's going on within their lives that's difficult, and it's coming out sideways, and you can find compassion within that too. Of course we're not going to take somebody, doing something to harm another person, but you also don't have to always take things personally about what other people have going on. You get to be in control of yourself and allow yourself to change from the inside out, to just love, to love. A lot of times we want to shame that person or judge that person and be like, man, I would never act like that, or, they shouldn't be doing this, or whatever it works out to be. Is that the way that we would probably act towards someone? Not necessarily, but as we start to judge them or push our how we think they should be on that other person, what we're actually doing is making things harder for somebody who's already really having a difficult time. Their actions are already showing you, or their attitude is showing you that they are already having a difficult time. So if you push more of that type of judgment on them and telling them that they're wrong, it's only making the problem that they have worse, and it's making it harder for them to kick out of that. So that's something that's just really strongly coming through. It's like I asked to be a channel during these readings, and the information sometimes just flows through. And literally while I'm talking, like I'm looking at the wall and I'm looking at something that's held up by a pink string, and the very top of this rainbow that I'm looking at is pink, and I'm also looking in front of me at a rose quartz heart. It's like all of these things are coming together. This one's a really big and really important message about just loving other people more and unconditionally, opening up to love, allowing yourself to feel love for yourself, allowing yourself to feel love for others, and just being that embodiment of love. So now let's get into the cards. So the Chariot, this is all about moving forward. And she's on a motorcycle. This is something that moves forward very quickly. This is not a super slow moving energy. This is something that's actually like a, hey, it's time to move, and it's time to move now, and we're going to go fast, and we're going to take chances along the way. It's not always going to look perfect as you start moving forward, but it's like the energy's here to support you to start moving forward. And it could be just moving forward within this loving energy, but it also could be another facet of your life that you're like, yes, I feel like it's time for me to move forward in this, and you're going to know exactly what this is. But it's also a really balanced energy. So we've got the two, to me, I'm thinking these are Sphinx. One's white, one's black. Balanced energy. Yin and yang energy. This is a woman who's more in touch with her masculine energy, and that's sometimes about just taking control. Within us, this is not remotely about gender, but within us we have the masculine energy and the feminine energy. And depending on where we're at in life, we might stand in one facet of that energy more so than the other. And to me, she's embodying more of her driven energy of like, I'm going to take charge and I'm going to start moving forward and I'm going to do this thing because I know this is what's right for me. And that's a beautiful thing. However, I feel like she is a little bit guarded. It looks to me like she's got a knife or a switchblade or a sword or something in her hand. She's got spikes on her jacket and it's like, I'm a badass, look at me. And sometimes we need to embody that energy to be able to move forward and to take that leap of faith and to find that courage and to find that bite within us to be like, I'm going to totally do this. I mean, I've been this person, on my motorcycle, just like that. But also at times I was very defensive about things and wasn't super open and loving. So when I'm looking at these cards compared to the stone, it's like, I feel like there could be more love brought into the situation instead of more kind of biting edginess that could be coming in. So there's something that you're supposed to be moving forward with. Just keep in mind to have that balance instead of, you can say what you mean, but don't say it mean type of thing is what's coming up. So maybe if you're setting boundaries with somebody or you've got a change in your life that you need to make, you can absolutely move forward and you can move forward quickly, but just try not to do a lot of damage on the way through this scenario because we can handle it in different ways. Sometimes we do just need to move forward. Just make sure that you're trying to tap into love more often than something that's going to kind of rile your feathers and make you feel like you have to be defensive, because sometimes you don't. You can stand up for yourself and move forward into where it is you know you're supposed to be going without hurting other people. You don't have to own their stuff or their scenarios or their situations. Sometimes what we say is, as we set boundaries, is absolutely going to rub somebody the wrong way. So again, also with that defensive stance I'm taking, also could be a good thing where you're not going to take their shit. You're not going to take what it is that they're throwing at you and you're like, no, I'm moving forward. I am moving on. This is what's best for me. And I'm not going to own your stuff. I got my armor up and I'm ready to roll. So again, because there's different people tapped into this, it could be a message on either side of this fence for someone. Then we have the Fool, which is all about brand new beginnings. So I feel very strongly like you're going to be moving into an energy where you're really moving forward. You're finding the sun, you're taking a leap of faith, you're ready to jump forward, and it's like you're ready to go. And you know what this new beginning is. This is saying you have what it takes. You are able to move forward. You have the strength, you have the courage, you have the ability. Just trust in it and allow yourself to move into this beautiful new beginning. It might be a little bit rocky at first, but it's going to pay off in the end. Just remember to love yourself and give yourself grace, especially if you've never been in this situation before. Sometimes we're going to make mistakes, and that's perfectly okay. That's part of learning, that's part of growing, and it's also part of giving us an opportunity to be able to expand and move through and do something different instead of repeating these old patterns over and over and over again. So that is what I've got for you, my loves. I hope this message finds you well, and I will talk to you soon.